Hey guys, Mike here at MH Tutorials and welcome back. Well guys, today we're going to do a subscriber request. I received a question from Jessica and she asked me, can you model a realistic looking pillow with piping on the edges and UV'd and textured with a textile texture? Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a polygon cube. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale it out and scale it down until we have the basic shape of a pillow. Now keep it nice and flat because we're going to inflate it, okay? So that would be about that, all right? Cool. Then we're going to tweak the subdivision a bit. We're going to go to our polycube 1 and we're going to do, let's see, 10 in width, maybe even more than that to make it nice and smooth. And we'll do 20 there. That's too much. Let's do 10 there. Maybe even less, 5. That's fine. And we'll do 20 there. Okay. Now first, to take care of the piping on the pillow, we're going to right click and go to Edge, and we're going to select that top edge all the way around and do the same at the bottom. And then we're going to go to our modeling menu, Edit Mesh and Bevel. Let's tweak the fraction a bit. Let's see, that's about right. Okay. Hit Q on your keyboard, right click at a face, select that entire face row and that one as well. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Extrude. And let's tweak that a little bit, not too much. Let's try 0.1. And maybe that's still too much. 0.05. Yeah, it's probably better. All right, cool. So now that we got that, we're going to right click at object mode. We're going to select it. And in our FX menu, we're going to go to End Cloth and create End Cloth. All right. Now, if we hit play, we're going to see that's going to fall straight down. All right. So we're going to go back to frame 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our End Cloth 1 shape, check our settings, go End Cloth 1 shape, sorry, yep. And what we'll do is we'll tweak the pressure. So you have the pressure setting right here. It's under pressure tab. And let's pull that up to, let's try a 1 and see what happens, okay? And we're going to hit play. And immediately it's starting to deform. You can see that it's quite a lot. So we're going to go back to frame 1. Let's do 0.3. And you kind of want to play with that setting. Now you can see that it's falling down. That's because of the gravity setting. So let's see if we can get rid of that. And it's in here somewhere. Let's see. I'll just look that up and I'll tell you in a sec where it is. Hang on. All right, guys, it's under Nucleus 1 and under Gravity and Wind. So we're going to set the gravity to 0 so we don't have to follow it down every time we hit play. So now we can hit play again. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we want to kind of play it out to see how far it will go. All right. So we're going to go back to frame 1 and let's hit play, and we're going to stop our simulation as soon as we have a shape that we like. Okay. So let's hit play. That's a bit much. So I'm going to play again and have it restore a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. All right, cool. So that's what we want. So we're going to select this guy and we're going to go to Edit, Delete by Type, History, and Modify and Freeze Transformations. So right now, you can hit play all you want and nothing's going to change. And that's exactly what we want. Okay. All right. Now for the texturing bit. The piping is not very distinct, but that's okay. We do need to decide where we want it to be. So what we'll do is we'll actually tweak it a little bit. We're going to right click, go to face. I'm going to take that face row up there and this one down here. And we're going to go back to our modeling menu, edit mesh, extrude, give it some thickness, let's say 0.04. I think that's kind of nice. All right. We're going to right click at object mode. We're going to hit 3 to preview smooth. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. All right. So want to go back. We're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it and not just preview. Let's see, that is right here. All right. Now we need to UV this guy and texture it. Okay. Now obviously I want the piping to have a different color, but first we're going to do the top and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to UV, automatic projection, and then UV and UV editor. Okay. I'm going to right click and go to shell. And this has the entire top and just a little piece of the piping. And I don't really want that. As you can see here, when I select that, you have this edge going on there, and I don't want that. So I'm going to right click, go to edge, and let's cut that right there. So I have the entire top edge selected, and I'm going to go to polygons, and we're going to go to cut UV edges, right click shell, and now I should have my selection without that piping, and I do. All right, cool. So that one's good. Right click shell, hit W and move it out of the way. And then we got this piping there, which is good. We're going to select this guy, and that's our bottom. And let's see what that's looking like. You have some sections up here that are selected. I don't want that. And in fact, I want it to be cut here. So I'm going to right click, go to edge. And I want it to be cut on that edge. So polygon, cut edges, right click shell, move that out of the way. Now I have my sides here. And first I'm going to stitch them together. So I'm going to go up here to the top, right click edge, and I'm going to go to polygons and move and sew. And we'll do it here again. Nope, that's too much. From here to there, move and sew. And we've got one more piece down here. Move and sew. So I got all of that. Now it's not scaled to proportion just yet. The piping looks okay, but on this side section here, we have pieces of the piping on it. So when I select that, you can see that we have this edge here. So I'm going to right click and go to edge. Let's first identify it. I need to figure out where I want that to be. And that would be somewhere around here. Here or here. Let's do right there. Okay, double click on it. We're going to go to cut UV edges. So now I can select that shell and kind of move that over. And I'm going to have the same problem on the other end. So once again, right click shell, And again, you can see that we have that edge going on there. And let's cut that at this edge. Double click on it. Cut UV edges. So now I can take that shell. And there we go. These two should be similar in length. Let's see. Actually, they're not even connected, as you can see. Okay, so we need to fix that. And here we have the same problem. So let's stitch them together. And I'm just going to zoom in. Right click at an edge. Take that top, move and so. And I selected one edge too many, looks like. I think I selected a side, so we'll try this. Move and so, that's better. And then we'll go up here. Move and so. I'm going to right click, go to shell, select it, and go to, where'd it go? Unfold. Let's zoom out, see what we got. Okay, that's kind of messy. This looks okay, this does not. So we mainly have an issue with these guys here. So I'm going to right click at an edge. Move and so. And it's not spaced correctly right now, but that's fine. Make sure you got these top edges. Move and so. Until we have all of them. Move and so. Okay, that's connecting there. We don't want that. And I'm just checking to see what's what. Move and so. And then we still got this guy. And that's connected to where? Way up there. So this end connects to that end. So that one looks to be done. So we're going to right click at a shell. We're going to take this guy. And we're going to go to unfold. And now let's see what we got. So we got that. We got our side. That's part of the edge, and that one. Now we need to align this with that. Okay. So let's see what we got. We're going to right click at an edge. We're going to select that and see where that meets up over there. So move and so. Let's hit Control Z. I don't want that. And what do we got going on here? I'm trying to do this fairly quick. Now, to be quite honest, the piping is going to be shader. So this needs to be UV'd, that needs to be UV'd, and I don't want to take too much time in this video. So instead of stitching all this piping together, I'm just going to apply a shader to it, and we'll focus on UVing these guys because these look okay, right? Now, obviously, if you want to create a diffuse map or something like that, you need to do that as well. I just don't want to take too much time in this video doing it, okay? All right, so what we'll do next is we'll right-click, go to shell, we'll select all of it, and go to polygons and layout to kind of get the correct spacing here. And then we'll close this down, right-click object mode, select it, right-click assign new material. Let's do a Lambert. I'm gonna hit our checkered box. We're gonna select the checkered pattern, and we're gonna select this ball right here. And you can see, as far as proportions are concerned, it's not bad. You can see that this side is a bit tilted. So we're gonna go to UV and UV editor, and I'll just turn off that pattern there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to shell. I'm gonna bring that up and rotate it slightly. And we'll do that with this guy as well. And we'll probably need to tweak it in a bit. So these are our main areas that we're gonna worry about, okay? So rotate that one as well. And the small stuff, like I said, okay, not for now. All right. Now, we're gonna select this guy. We're gonna right click assign new material, Lambert, checker box, file, folder, and on my desktop I have this pattern here, textile. And let's see how that looks. Right click object mode. Okay, it's a bit rough, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to UV editor, right click shell, that's this guy, and we're gonna start to scale that and fit that inside our 0 to 1 space. Rotate that just a little bit, like so. And then we're going to take our sides here, and that's wrapping all the way around. Assign new material, Lambert. We're going to go to our checker box here, file, folder, take the same textile, and we want that to be positioned differently. We want that to be in a horizontal band, if you will, okay? So in order to have that happen, we're going to right click, go to shell, select this guy, and we're going to rotate it in this direction. Hit W, move that in. Now let's see how that looks. Right click object mode. Okay. Not sure whether that's the best choice. Looks a bit off. So what we'll do is select it and rotate that back. Kind of thought that that looked a little bit better. And we'll move that up here. Right click object mode. Our texture is a bit rough. So we're going to select it. And we're going to hit R. We're going to start to scale that a little bit. Preferably in a way that it will line up. So we're going to rotate it all the way around. And then we're going to hit W. And move it up until we get the closest match possible that we can get. I'm just looking at my texture here. That's about it. And then we're going to hit R. Not too bad. Right click object mode, just check and see what we got. That's already much better. I'm going to take the bottom here, right click shell. We'll take this guy, hit R, stretch that out, and kind of bring that in. Now the problem is that the texture that I'm using is not high resolution enough. Normally you would not have this UV overlap, so we'll kind of see if we can position it correctly, but we'll do that in a sec. Okay, so let's focus on the bottom here. So I'm going to select that, right click assign new material, Lambert, checkered box, file, folder, textile. Here we go. Now, first of all, it's aligned the wrong way. So UV editor, we're going to hit E and we're going to rotate that until we have a match. And because we have this band here, we don't have to have the exact alignment from top and bottom, which is okay. So we're going to minimize that. And then we're going to address this piping. So we're going to right click at a face. I'll hit 4 for wireframe mode. And then go to 5 for shaded mode. And I'm going to hit shift period and shift period. Like so. Right click assign new material. Let's do a Lambert and let's change that to red. Turn on a texture and see what kind of color is suitable. This is a bit too red. Excuse me. Let's see if we can find maybe a dark green. And you can even pick a color from your actual pillow by taking this picker right here. And let's go with that color. Okay. I think that's pretty suitable. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to select that face row as well. Hit shift period and shift period. And make sure that we have everything. I'll just hit 4 so we can check. Yeah, that's fine. Hit 5 to go back. Right click. Assign new material. Lambert. Checkered box. Actually not checkered box. We're going to do color. And we'll take this existing color and then turn on our checker pattern again. Okay. So what you get is this pillow and with all its deformation in it. So that's good, I think, right? Now, to do this properly, you need to adjust your UVs. And I'll just explain what we didn't do and what should be done. If you hit our UV editor, you can see that I have UV overlap and everything is sticking outside of my 0 to 1 space and so forth. Now you don't really want that, okay? So when I right click and go to shell or right click go to UV and I select all of it, I would normally go to polygons and layout. Now, once I do that, the end result is not too bad, but you kind of want to make sure that you have similar spacing, top and bottom and so forth. So this is okay. This guy, we're going to right click on a shell. We're going to hit W. We're going to kind of move that up and hit R to scale it up a bit. And we want to have similar space for this guy. So we're going to scale that up as well. This one will scale down a bit maybe. Let's put that here. And try to get roughly the same size. I guess that's okay. And then we'll move that one over here. So this stuff, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but normally you would stitch that together and make sure that it's properly laid out. But that said, if we leave this for now, then this is our pillow. Right click object mode. And the texture is a bit rough because of the size of the file, but not too bad. So we're going to take this guy. We're going to go to edit, delete by type history, and modify freeze transformation. Where'd he go? Right there. Okay. Then we'll pull that up and we'll quickly set up a render scene. So create a plane, hit R. We're going to right click at an edge, take that edge and go to edit mesh and extrude. Hit W, pull that up, and then select that edge row and go to edit mesh and bevel. Tweak the fraction a bit and increase the segments. Then we're going to right click at object mode, right click assign new material. Let's do a white Lambert. Actually, let's not do a Lambert, let's do a Blinn. So we have some reflection going on there, okay? We're gonna change that to white. All right. Make sure our pillow is sitting on the grid here. So there we go. All right, we're gonna set up some lighting. Create lights and area light. Pull that up, hit 7 on your keyboard to activate your light. Pull that back and hit T to aim it. Then we're going to duplicate our light. Control D to duplicate. Let's do one roughly from this angle and maybe a bit lower. And then Control D once again. All right, maybe one more. Control D, push back and pull up. I guess that's a good angle. All right. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to take this guy, we're going to hit R, scale it out like so. And then we're going to go into our render settings. Open that up. I'm going to render a mental array. In my common tab, I want HD 1080 as my image size. Quality tab, make sure you have show advanced settings so you can go to legacy options and set up global illumination. In my scene, actually in quality, let's bump that up to about 1.5. In our scene, we're going to create image-based lighting. And actually under common, we are going to go to render options and turn off default light. I just want lighting from my lights and from my HDRI file. And then we're going to select an HDRI file for our lighting. And I'll use this one. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn on my resolution gate here, position my pillow, something like that. I'm going to pause the video, we'll do a render, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Right, guys. Well, here's our pillow. As you can see, it's not perfect, especially the texturing on the side here. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that to kind of align the textures so it fits with the top pattern here. But all in all, that's the technique you can follow to create a pillow. And I hope it was helpful. If you got any questions, let me know. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.